Welcome to Victory Achieved Gaming. This is Owen, also known as Immortalium,
And I'm Caitlin.
and it's another Steam review guessing video. Now, the last one we did was a bit of a disaster for me.
Oh yeah, you did really bad. Was it like you got one right or something?
No, it wasn't that bad. Good God, it was 4 out of 9.
Yeah, you keep getting worse and worse each time.
Yeah, it's true. First video I got 7.5 out of 10. Second time I got 7 out of 10. Third time I got 4 out of 9. So this time, you know what I'm hoping for? Just to beat 4 out of 9, which is 44.44% or something like that. So let's get started. So also, hopefully a little less penis this time as well. Remember?
Yeah, there was. Oh yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, that's fine.
I wasn't just doing a non sequitur.
We've all seen penises. It's fine. Well, I've seen more than one. You've seen your own.
Anyway, let's just keep going.
Okay, so this is recommended. They had 13.4 hours on record. And they wrote it on the 5th of June 2022. So last summer.
Polka is the name.
Yeah, and Pock is the name. And it says, do you like Zelda? Do you like Hollow Knight? Buy this game.
You see, that might sound vague, but I actually think that this is quite an obvious one. I think it's Blue Fire.
Blue Fire.
Remember, we had one that was kind of like this before, and I went like, "Oh, Zelda, it's Blue Fire," and it was Blue Fire. So I bet this is Blue Fire.
It is Blue Fire.
Got it.
Okay, so
That's an easy one. The thing is, I don't have that many games similar to Zelda,
So that's true.
so Zelda being mentioned is kind of a bit of a giveaway.
Okay, so this one is also recommended. It has 6.6 hours. Their name is Linax, I'm guessing?
It's either Linax or Linax. I'm not-
Linax, yeah. And they wrote this on April 12th last year, so 2022 again. So probably the game has the best story among the Metroidvanias, but if you're a completionist, you will have a bad time.
Problem is, there's a lot of Metroidvanias on that list. Which ones are unpleasant to complete?
Ori in the Blind Forest.
Well, the only thing that would be unpleasant, I actually like 100%ing it in the sense of like gathering all the collectibles and stuff. Fun enough, no problem with that. It's the fact that at least one of the achievements is that one life run where you have to do the whole game without dying once.
Oh yeah.
So that could be frustrating, but the best story. A lot of them have good stories. So you have Ori. You have what are other Metroidvanias on that list? You have Bloodstained. I wouldn't say that Bloodstained is a particularly amazing story. Unworthy doesn't have the biggest story in the world. Hollow Knight has a very sweet story. Oh, now I'm between Ori and Hollow Knight.
Okay, rock, paper, scissors.
Well, it's short enough. Hollow Knight's quite a long game. Let's go with Ori.
Ori.
Oh, wait! No, it has to be Ori.
That's Gambit?
Wait!
Right.
That's Gambit. Best story. What are you smoking?
Yeah, you're not impressed with them. So
Death's Gambit. Okay. There's some. I'm not saying the story's bad in Death's Gambit, but if you go into Death's Gambit and come out of it saying like this is the best story of all Metroidvanias, my response is either come on now, or you need to play more Metroidvanias. Sorry.
Maybe it's a personal opinion.
Yeah.
Give it thought. It's
Also, completionist. Actually, you know what? Completionist would be a bad time in that game.
But you won't consider it best story.
It's a decent story, I would say, but it's nothing to write home about.
Okay, so this is the next one. It is recommended. They have 3.4 hours on record. They wrote this back in February of 2021. Dog and Bunny say funny things. Ooh, I think I know what this one is too.
Is it a classic?
I'm guessing. I think I know. I think I know which one it is.
I heard you make the S noise, and I think we're taking the same thing. It's something and something.
Yeah.
I think it's Sam and Max Hit the Road.
I think it's the Sam Max games as well. I wouldn't know which exact one.
There's only one on the list right now.
Sam Max, yeah.
I mean,
The minute they said Dog and Bunny, I even though I haven't played it, I know the character is Sam and Max. That I was like, oh.
whoopsie doopsie, what does that mean?
I guess so.
Oh, I love Sam and Max. They're so good.
Okay, so next one. They have 372.9 hours on record. They're Moon Mork. They wrote this on 15th of January. The year is not said. So 1, hunt lizard. 2, skin lizard. 3, make weapon out of lizard. 4, hunt bigger lizard. 5, repeat.
See, here's the problem. I know which franchise this is.
You just don't know which one.
I don't know which game this is.
Okay, if you get the franchise but don't get the game, we can say it's like a half point.
Yeah, that's what you've done in the
I
past.
think I made it orange, wasn't it? If it was half point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is one of the 2 Monster Hunters.
I was thinking Monster Hunter 2 as well, actually.
The problem is there's nothing here to tell me which one.
Okay, it's literally a 50-50.
In both games, you hunt lizards. A lot of them are lizards.
My friend has Monster Hunter, and I played a little bit of Curse when Curse came out a couple of years ago. So
That would be so fun to do
that's how
co-op,
I
I think.
kind of guessed Monster Hunter myself. I was like, it sounded like Monster Hunter.
But the fact that it was also posted this year, I have nothing to go on. So I'm just going to have to go with one of them. 272.9 hours. I mean, Monster Hunter World is the longer game. But to be fair, they're both really long games. I could imagine someone...
Yeah, like you could easily do that in the first Monster Hunter.
In the very first Monster
No,
Hunter?
like the other one you're thinking of, no?
You mean Rise?
Yeah.
Rise is shorter.
Oh, is Rise shorter? Oh,
Not by... you're still talking well over 100 hours. But I'm going to go with Monster Hunter World just because of the playtime.
Okay.
That's the only
And
thing I can go
What was
off.
the other one? Monster Hunter World or Monster Hunter...
Rise is the other one.
Monster Hunter World! Yay. And that's literally due to the fact of game time.
Game time was the only thing that told me it could be World.
Like, I've seen people, like, have crazy game time in games that make no sense to have crazy game time.
Yeah, like actually, sorry folks for just pausing for a moment. I saw someone doing Steam review guessing, and they had a review in there. It was for Spyro Reignited Trilogy, and the review had over 2,000 hours.
That person must have really liked the game.
But how do you get 2,000 hours out of Spyro Reignited
I'm not
Trilogy?
gonna lie, like I said, when I was like trying to get the trophy for over 100 hours in the first Crossbow game, I literally just kept my PlayStation running overnight. I went to
But
bed.
2,000 hours, it's insane.
For a
Anyway,
few
sorry folks, but... Whew. I mean, yeah, the playtime is the only thing that saved me there.
Okay, so this next one. Okay, so this is recommended. They have 13.6 hours. It was written in March. They say great gem with hella replayability. Totally recommend you this boss only hardcore souls like game. Have fun. You might get stuck at second boss, but that's what makes it fun. And it's written by, dear God,
Yeah.
Sky something.
I feel like that's meant to be an S, the first 3, but then the second one I feel is an E. Oh, actually no, the first one could be an E because...
Because the 3 sometimes means E.
Yeah, so Skies...
I used to do that in things as a teenager.
Saint.
I don't know. It's Sky something.
Okay, so this is a hardcore Souls-like game, but the key thing here is it's boss only. Because, you know, a lot of Souls-likes, they aren't boss only. So... Oh, you see, okay. Titan Souls is boss only. But I feel like there's a game called Eldest Souls, and I think Eldest Souls is more likely. It has more replayability. It's more describable as a Souls-like. Second boss, I would say that's probably more in that direction.
Okay.
So I'm going to go with Eldest Souls.
Yeah, you're doing better. You're redeeming yourself.
I am redeeming myself.
You only got one wrong so far. Okay, next one is recommended.
They've linked their YouTube.
Oh, they did link their YouTube. They have 1.8 hours on record. It's by Bat Prince?
Bat Prince, yeah.
Yeah, okay. And they wrote it on November 2019, so this is a very old review. Incredibly fun beat 'em up brawler full of wishy humor. The graphics and the gameplay both feel classic and updated at the same time. Probably better with a friend, as most brawlers are. Girl power.
You see, first
Girl
off,
power I think is a hint as well.
it's a huge hint. Because that's what one of the characters said near the end of the game. So first off, there's not that many beat 'em ups in my list. You see, so
And who says girl power?
you see, I think this is River City Girls. I played through this recently.
And I was thinking it was going to be the one you were talking about.
Yeah,
Will I check?
and you can play it in co-op. It's a beat 'em up. It's got great graphics and gameplay. And there is a bit near the end where it's like girl power. So I think it's River City Girls.
It is River City Girls. Yay!
That's a fun game. I'd love to play that co-op with you at some point.
Well, yeah, we can.
Mm.
Okay. So the next one is recommended. They have 12 hours on record. They wrote this review in December of 2021.
Yowie
So,
is their name.
yeah. Easier than Dark Souls, you can choose between 6 upgradable weapons and 4 shells, armors, and have their own passives. There is no exit. What's it?
No Estus Flask. Estus Flask is like in Dark Souls what you use to heal yourself and replenishes at bonfires.
Oh, they could just said no healing.
Well, there is healing.
Oh.
You see, this is too much of a giveaway. The 4 shells. Tell me immediately which game this is.
Okay.
Mortal Shell.
Oh.
Because Mortal Shell, you switch between 4 shells that, each have their own passives and play a bit differently. So this is Mortal Shell. This is too easy, this one.
Okay, so you're redeeming yourself this time.
I do feel like some of these are a bit too easy. Now, the Monster Hunter one I'm proud of, just because...
Yeah, because of the gameplay. Okay, so this one, but you're only a half point for that no matter what, though, because... Yeah. Okay, so this is the first not recommended. So they only have 1.7
They
hours.
refunded it.
Oh, and they did refund it. And they wrote this back in July of 2018. So this is now the oldest... No, the oldest review was 2015, my bad.
Mount Crushmore.
Oh.
You're confused by that.
No, that's funny. This game uses its unusual aesthetic to try and hide the fact that it's deeply flawed and very short Metrovania with Dark Souls system sprinkled on top.
Short Metroidvania.
With Dark Souls sprinkled on top.
For some reason, my first thought went to a game called Unworthy, but if you had asked me to describe it as short, I wouldn't have jumped at that. But then again, I'd like to explore, so maybe that wouldn't... if he was just kind of...
Just playing through the story?
Maybe. Okay, let me just think quickly, just before I give my answer, about any other possibilities. It's not Salt and Sanctuary, because Salt and Sanctuary is not short. And that is a very Dark Souls Metroidvania. You would not describe Ori as Dark Souls.
It isn't? I assume they were the same game. What the hell?
Oh, that'd make Dark Souls easy for you then. You'll be used to it. Anyway, unless there's a game that I'm completely missing here, it has to be Unworthy. Surely.
Unworthy.
I can't remember how long it took me to do, but I certainly did not get it done in 1.7 hours.
It could be... these are the last 2, I think.
Yeah.
They're coming up. Okay.
Okay.
So this one is recommended. They have 2 hours on record. They wrote this review in July.
Oh.
Their name is Adski. I don't know.
Adski.
Okay, yeah. A solid, smooth remaster of a great LucasArts classic. A lot of fun for 3 to 4 hours. Fairly easy adventure game. None of the puzzles are that frustrating. Only the bike combat took a little while to figure out, but worth it for sure. Okay.
You see, the bike combat, that's another big giveaway, because how many adventure games, particularly LucasArts games, would have bike combat in it?
Did I play a bike combat game?
No. So it's a game, it's one that I messed up in the past because we thought it was Day of the Tentacle, but it turned out to be another game, which this one definitely is. It's a game called Full Throttle. Have you heard of that one?
I know, true. And it is Full Throttle.
I think, I could be wrong, I think I remember hearing that was their LucasArts best-selling adventure game. And I think part of it was because it had a motorbiker aesthetic, and also, it was not quite as hard as the other ones they did. There were still plenty of challenges in it, but anyway.
Okay, so this one is not recommended, and it's the last
Wait,
one.
actually, just before we do this last one, have I only gotten one wrong, or?
One wrong. Yeah.
That means even if I got this one wrong, this is still my best outing so far.
Since your first round, yeah.
Well, even then, if let's say I got this wrong, that would be 8 out of 10. That's still higher than the first one, which is 7.5 out of 10.
That is true. Yes, correct. This is the best run.
Wow.
Last
I do feel like it got a little easier. I think they saw what happened with the last video.
Yeah, friends can't be that soft on you. Okay, so this is not recommended, but they did still play over 16 hours. Who plays over... I guess they maybe completed the game. So they wrote the review back in May 2021, and their name is Nish.
It's
Nish.
NSSH.
I don't know, I'm not pronouncing that. Hard to decide if I was going to press yes or no. Here's the deal. Game is fun, but the co-op experience is very annoying. Not helping, really frustrating. Throw your computer out of the window angry. Lovely maps and dungeons, but if a player dies in the dungeon, whole party have to leave the dungeon and do it all over again.
Here I was bragging. Nothing immediately springs to mind, so let me just think about this for a sec. So, co-op experience is very annoying. The problem is I don't play many of these games co-op. So, the co-op thing. And if you... Lovely maps and dungeons, but if a player dies in a dungeon, the whole party has to leave the dungeon and do it all over again.
This is Stardew Valley.
You have many times. Plus, Stardew Valley isn't even on the list. That's gonna be your running gag.
Stardew Valley.
So...
Yeah, Stardew Valley has it all.
Kind of, like, to be fair, if Stardew Valley was on the list, this would actually be a pretty good, like, comparison. But the... Oh! No.
What?
Oh, no, don't do this to me. Do you remember what I tripped over last time?
Yeah. Well,
Which game it was?
No, remember you took over a few things.
Ashen. You remember?
Okay.
I guessed Ashen on a couple of them. It
Yeah.
wasn't Ashen.
Do this one's Ashen.
I know in Ashen you can play it in co-op, and it feels like maybe... Yeah, when you die in the dungeon, I think you... Like, the rest of the party could keep going, but if they wanted to do it all together, they'd have to, like, start the whole dungeon over again, I think.
I'm gonna guess Ashen.
So, I think this is Ashen.
Okay, is that your final?
Oh, I can't think of anything else. Yeah, what is it? Is it Ashen?
Bum, 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 bum. Yeah, it is.
They were trolling me with that. They knew I screwed up on Ashen so much.
There we go. You got it. Nobody took guessing it multiple times before.
So, did I only get one
You
wrong?
one wrong. So,
Let's just quickly double check.
Yeah, one wrong. It was the second one, I think.
Yeah, what did I get wrong? Oh, that's Gambit.
What did you guess again? You guessed
It wasn't Ori, was
it
it?
was the other one, I think.
The one other than Ori.
I can't remember it now either.
Luckily, we have a video.
Yeah, you guessed two.
So, 9 out of 10. That's actually by far and away the best performance that I've given. So,
Yes, it is.
thank you very much. I would like to thank Caitlin here for introducing all of these reviews to me, and also being a nice conversationalist.
You also don't get a gold star until you get all 10.
Correct. Also, discussing Monster Hunter with you was quite helpful because it allowed me to kind of run through my thoughts. I would like to thank my parents, who I think took it a bit easy this time, and also were very conscious, particularly that last one, of what I was screwing up last time.
I think it'd be funny if for like the first 5, it's the same game, and then switch it up at the end.
That would be crazy.
I would do that to be a managing bitch. Like have all of them, and you'd be like, wait a second.
Yeah, so I think I'm quite pleased with how this went. So thank you very much for watching, everyone. I had quite a bit of fun this time, even though I thought a couple of them were a bit too easy. Although I was quite satisfied with my deduction of Monster Hunter World. That was very satisfying.
It was 3 hours with it.
And I mean, as always, I would love for you guys to give me your own thoughts on all of these reviews, which ones you got right, which ones you got wrong. I would like you to subscribe if you like the content, like the video, of course, and to check out some of our other longer videos that we do. As always, this is Owen, also known as Immortalium.
And Caitlin.
And bye-bye!